Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadevula channel. In this episode, we'll try and then understand Jñaptiḥ. Jñaptiḥ, what does this pure awareness, what does this mean? But before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Now, this Sanskrit word Jñaptiḥ, how it is to be understood in the philosophical angle or in different angles, how it is to be understood. It is a pure, formless, most important, formless, objectless awareness. It's very difficult to comprehend. No? It is not tied to any object, unlike a knowledge of something. So, for example, knowledge of a mountain, a tree, something, a plant, something like that. This is knowledge of something. There is some object. Here, there is no object. Jñaptiḥ is formless, objectless awareness. It is not limited by the knower or the known. It is beyond all this. Knower, I know this. Known, this object, knower, all those things, it is beyond that. Simply the presence of knowing itself, beyond the duality of subject and object. Very difficult to perceive. Anyway, this is the intrinsic nature of consciousness, the basic, the core of this consciousness, where there is knowing but no knower doing the knowing. Now, some of the key concepts like Jñaptimātram, that is pure knowledge. Literally, nothing but knowing, only awareness. It refers to pure consciousness as pure knowing without any division into knower, known, knowledge, subject, object, characteristics of that, all those things. It's not there. That is Jñaptimātram. In Yogachara Buddhism and also in Advaita Vedanta, it represents the idea that all that exists is consciousness alone. And the external world as such is not separate from this awareness. This is the non-dual awareness, where there is no second thing apart from the awareness itself. Now, there is one more word we always talk of, come across is Vritti-jnanam. What is this Vritti-jnanam? This is a formed knowledge or thought-based knowing. Vritti means yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Vritti means modifications of the mind. Vritti-jnanam is knowledge that arises when the mind takes some kind of a specific form. Like the thought of a tree, thought of a sound, thought of an idea, thought of something, thought of so many thoughts, many, all thoughts only. This is Vritti-jnanam. So, this Vritti-jnanam is knowledge with some content. So, like I see a tree, I feel happy, I am sorrow, something like this, These are all Vritti-jnanam, knowledge with content. Now, in Vritti-jnanam, consciousness illumines the mind's modifications. Consciousness illumines, it directs, it modifies. It is the thing that lights up the mind's modifications. This results in object-specific knowledge. There is a sense of here knower subject, sense of knower subject, and knowing a known thing. Knowing, that is an object. So, Vrittignanam is manifest knowledge, while Jñapti is unmanifest, pure knowledge. There is no manifestation, there is no subject, there is no object, there is nothing. This is unmanifest knowledge. Now you have one more word you do, Turiya Avastha and then consciousness. Turiya is the fourth stage, in the pure non-dual state of consciousness beyond waking, dreaming and deep state. Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupta, Turiya Avastha. It is a Jñapti state. Consciousness not functioning as a knower, but just being, that's all. Consciousness does not know, it just is, it is, that's all. If you want to take some analogy, it shines for everything, lamp shines for everything, making things visible. But the lamp itself is not trying to see, it's just light, that's all. Similarly, consciousness shines, makes knowing possible, but it is not the doer of knowing. This is something and this simply is there, that's all. It illumines, it gives all kinds of things. But this is not that. So, only when the mind is present and thoughts arise can there be a knower, a known, and the act of knowing, all these things. Without the mind, consciousness is still there, but it is pure Jñaptiḥ, unmodified, unattached, and beyond rules. We have made some summary table. Jñaptiḥ means pure formless awareness. Awareness without action is the state. Jñaptimātram, only awareness, non-dual knowledge, all is consciousness. Vrittignanam, knowledge via mental modifications. I know this kind of knowledge, like this, this is the state. Then Turiya Avastha is the fourth state, pure consciousness, not a doer, not a knower, it's something pure consciousness. So, to conclude, consciousness is not something you do. Jñapti is not something you do. It is what you are. It is not knowing about something. It is the base, it is the ground of all knowing. Beyond subject, object, all those kinds of divisions. When you abide in that state of pure awareness, you transcend the roles of being a knower, of knowing something, or of trying to understand all these things. You transcend. Viewers, with this explanation on Jñaptiḥ, we conclude this episode. This word, these words, the words in the Indian or the Hindu philosophy are fully loaded with meaning, fully loaded. So, a proper understanding of these words is very much necessary to understand the Hindu or the Sanatana philosophy, Vedas or whatever it is. It is not just like some kind of easy knowledge. It is we'll have to put in a lot of efforts to understand this. With this, we conclude this. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, viewers, for your valuable time in listening to this. Thank you.